Hey guys, so today I want to talk about something that I have a lot of nostalgia for. When I was a kid, money was usually pretty tight for my family, so I always felt a little bit left out. Like all of my friends would talk about growing up with the N64 or the GameCube, and I sort of skipped a lot of that stuff. We did eventually get a PlayStation 1 and then the 2 after that, but those were really the only current type consoles we had when I was a kid. So I didn't have a lot of those experiences. I didn't grow up on Pokemon and stuff. I sort of got into it in late elementary school. Because money was usually so tight for us, even if we had a current console, we couldn't always afford to buy the new big game, right? That was really expensive for us. So we had a lot of those plug and play games. We had one sort of the classic plug and play, kind of like this one. It had, Mrs. Pac-Man, Galaga, some of those games. That's one of the reasons I really love Galaga now. I could play Galaga all day, but I digress. So yeah, I grew up on a bunch of those plug and play games, and today I want to tell you about the very best one I ever played, which is obviously the Barbie plug and play pet rescue game. This is one of those games that I didn't think about for probably 15, 16 years. Suddenly popped into my head. I was like, oh my god, what is that game that I used to play when I was a kid? It was like a paw print, and it was Barbie, I think. And I called my mom, and I was like, do you have any idea what I'm talking about? And she was like, yeah, kind of, sort of. So I went looking for it. You can find them on eBay now. And that's really it. I couldn't find much else about it at all on Reddit, on Wikipedia, any of that. There's not much about it. When I first got it, I remember my mom asking what I wanted for Christmas. And that particular year, I really wanted this Barbie horse game for the PS2. I saw it every time we went to our video rental store. It was right there in the first case. Every time I was like, I want that game so bad. I tried to find a copy so I could play it since I never got to as a kid, but now it sells for $100, so probably not. So anyway, there's not much about this game. I want to talk about the Barbie I Love Pets plug and play rescue game, not to be confused with Barbie's Pet Rescue for the PC, because that game looks so much better. The only thing I could find about the Barbie plug and play game is that there's a page on the Mattel website with a manual and a very brief description, and that's kind of it. I wish I had a history of it. I wish I had a wiki page about how successful it was or how many sold. I have no idea. I could probably dig deeper and find it, but basically, it is a game. It came out in 2005, and I played it for probably hundreds of hours as a kid. So a couple months ago, I found one on eBay, and I actually still love the controller. I think it's so cute. So the controller is just kind of like a little paw print shape. This isn't a button, it's just a placeholder. There's a start button, A, B, some directional arrows, and then of course a power on-off switch. This is one of those games that I played all the time. At the time, we had a PlayStation 1 or 2, I don't remember, but we didn't have many kid games for it. My dad was really into Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, Resident Evil, that kind of stuff. And while I played those games later on, as a kid, my mom wasn't crazy about my little sister and I playing shooters, so I think she just really wanted to find something kid-friendly. So she got me this game, I believe, for Christmas, and I loved it. It's really straightforward. The plot is really simple. You boot it up, and basically it tells you that there's been a thunderstorm. All these animals have fled from their homes, and they're missing, and all this stuff. So you obviously play as Barbie, who runs a vet clinic / pet rescue something or other. The gameplay, from what I remember, is really simple. You're in your little lobby, you get a phone call, and it would tell you, oh, I'm looking for my cat, it looks like this, please help me find it, whatever. The gameplay is really just a lot of mini games stitched together, so after you get that phone call of what pet you have to go rescue, you would do this little driving mini game, and there were a couple different ones. The two I remember are, there's one where you're driving a scooter, I think, an electric scooter through the city, and you have to jump over or dodge caution cones, something like that. And There's one with a boat that's kind of the same thing. I think there's like lanes with like obstacles that you have to dodge. So you do the little driving mini game, and it's like, congratulations, you found insert pet here. It cuts back to your clinic, and you have this animal in your care. And from there, the gameplay still, it's really simple. There's a couple of stats at the top. I think one is like the pet's happiness, and one is how healthy it is. And there's a couple of different things you can click on. You can give it a bath, you can feed it. The feeding mini game is actually what I remember the best. It's just a simple like matching game. So there's cards with like foods and animals that eat them, and you have to match them up to like successfully feed the animal or whatever. But I remember really liking it as a kid. I thought it was super fun. That's kind of it. You play the driving mini game, you find the animal, you play these little mini games to get its stats up, you return it to its owner, I guess. Oh, speaking of pets, you return it to its owner, I guess, and then you move on to the next one. If I remember right, the Mattel website says there's like 14 or 15 animals in the whole game. I don't think I ever got to all of them because I had to restart the game every time I booted it back up. I don't know if I really had to start over every time or if I was just like a dumb kid and didn't know how to load my save file. I have no idea. But the gameplay's repetitive. It's simple. As a kid, I thought it was so cute. I was really into animals. At like 5 or 6 years old, I was going through that phase where I was like, I want to be a vet and take care of animals and all that stuff. So I really was totally in love with it. The Nintendo DS came out, and eventually my mom got one for myself and my little sister. And when I got mine, I got Nintendogs, and it was so much better. So I don't think I ever played this game again. We probably passed it on to like a cousin or, gave it to Goodwill or something. I have no idea. It was really cool to know that I could still find one, and basically I'm just wondering if anyone else ever played this. There's next to nothing online. No one really talks about it. And anyone who does talk about a Barbie pet rescue game is usually talking about the PC game. So if you did play this, please let me know. I'm so curious. Every time I start talking, he just starts moving. Hi. I guess he's in this video now because he's really needy. But yeah, if anyone else has played this game, please let me know. I am so curious to see if anyone else has ever played it, knows what I'm talking about, knows anything more about it. I'm just really curious. This is one of those things that I loved as a kid. Nobody else seems to know much about it. I don't know if my sister even really remembers playing it. I think I probably took it over most of the time because we shared a room. So I probably played and she probably watched me, to be honest. All that being said, I'm going to get this set up to play. Like I said, I haven't played this in 15 or 16 years, so I'm really curious to see how much I can remember, if it's still any fun. And honestly, I think I have like young cousins now who would probably like it, so I'll probably pass it on to them. Hopefully they'll enjoy it at least half as much as I did because I loved this game as a kid. So I fully intended to hook this game up and play a little bit of it for this video today, but apparently in the couple of weeks it's been sitting here, it totally drained the brand new batteries I put in it, which could very well be part of why my parents stopped letting me play it, is I probably burned through batteries like crazy. Hopefully I can get some more batteries, hook it up, and do a playthrough another time, maybe even stream it. That was the plan for today. Instead, it's just been sort of talking about it. It's a game that I loved very much as a kid, so I'm hoping I'll still enjoy it at least a little bit as an adult. So hopefully I can find out soon. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this. Again, please do let me know if you've played this, if you played the PC one, and if you can compare it at all. Maybe you played both, or if there's any other games that you played as a kid that you feel like no one else is really talking about. I definitely have a few others like that I'm hoping to talk about soon. Please do check out my Twitter, Instagram. I have a Twitch channel that's brand new. I haven't done anything on it yet. Maybe I'll play this. We'll find out. So thank you guys again, and I want to give a shout out to this wonderful channel for letting me use a little bit of their footage in my video, especially since I couldn't get mine to hook up and play. I'm really glad I had a little bit to show you what the gameplay was like, especially for people who haven't played it before. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you soon.